Davis, thank you. Now to a crime tracker alert. It's a prank gone wrong. A man shot someone during what police are calling a fake robbery. They say it was all for YouTube video. News 2's Chelsea Vinefor is in studio. Chelsea, tell us what happened.
Yeah, Elizabeth, this bizarre story went down outside Urban Air, which was still open and filled with tons of families when the shots rang out in the parking lot.
A practical joke or prank is a mischievous trick played on someone, generally causing the victim to experience embarrassment, perplexity, confusion, or discomfort. Now, while pranks have been around since the dawn of jokes themselves, televised or videoed pranks for reality TV purposes have only been around since the early noughties. Jackass.
Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass.
Dirty Sanchez.
There's one person on this tour, I am not going to Sanchez.
And Balls of Steel are just a few that come to mind if we're thinking of pioneers in the space, and are names to mention when thinking of popularising the pranking genre in the West. But while TV for the most part reigned supreme over that period, YouTube was starting to bubble up in the background. Now, it would be hard to pinpoint who exactly was first to upload a prank video on YouTube, and given it was in its early beginnings, you can bet there were families and friends all across the world posting jump scare videos or some other form of practical jokes. But on the 11th of October 2006, Greg Benson of Mediocre Films uploaded a video titled Greg Hits Hollywood.
Ernesto, pleasure to meet you. Where are you from?
San Diego?
Oh, you're from San Diego, and you having a good time out here?
Sure.
Oh, that's good. So,
Greg interviews people outside Man's Chinese Theatre in LA. He himself poses as someone from the press interviewing people, but goes on to hit them in the face with the mic, giving the hit in the title a whole new meaning. This video would be pushed out by YouTube, having it on the homepage back in 2006, making it go viral, giving Greg the title of the first viral prankster on YouTube. As the years followed, so too did the pranks, with the likes of Remy Gaillard in 2007, posting multiple viral videos of his outrageous pranks that to date have tens of millions of views on each video. Or what about Ownage Pranks, who paved the way for prank phone calls? He set a legacy of his own within the prank genre. It's quite funny that someone as iconic as Ownage Pranks would inspire a young Logan Paul to make his first YouTube video.
This is Brenda. Is this going to be for carry on 14 or delivery in 39?
Could you deliver it to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I have your phone number?
Wait, can I put in my order?
Yeah, I got to have the phone number first.
Okay. 328 3215.
What's your name?
Mike
Mike what?
Butsky.
Can you spell that?
Buttski.
Guttski?
Yes, that's correct.
And your address?
Wait, hold on. I forget it a lot. Can I go read it?
Yeah.
BRB.
Oh my God, seriously?
716
716
52.
52. What's the street?
Butthead Street.
Wow, you're a jerk. Don't call back again.
Over the following years, the prank niche would start to blossom, and so in came the prank invasion, which included the man himself.
What up, invaders? Chris here.
Vitaly, Joey Salads, Roman Atwood, and FusyTube were added to the list of iconic pranksters around this time. They had a toned-down jackass style of pranking, but instead of pranking each other, they relied heavily on the public's reaction. But as each content creator was trying to outdo themselves, taking the pranks to more extreme levels, they adopted the phrase social experiment as if to show that although yes, we're going harder with the pranks, we're doing it for the benefit of the public, so it doesn't matter how hard we actually do go. Even if this meant putting people in genuine fear for their lives, or at least that's what some of them made you think. Some people put the downfall of prank channels on none other than Josh Lynn. In 2014, he uploaded a staged video in where he gave a homeless man $100 to see how he would end up spending it. But it was staged and a fundraising campaign was set up to give the homeless man in the video money. That campaign raised over $100,000, but shortly before the money was given, the man had died of alcohol poisoning. What then came out of the situation was that Josh had a contract written out for the man, and he was supposed to give Josh $20,000 of that money for expenses, but the man did sadly die. The contract wasn't signed, and it's believed Josh kept the money for himself. Over the next couple of years, many prank channels adopted this fake style of pranking, many later coming out themselves to say that it was all staged. So with the YouTube commentary community calling out these fake prank channels, the prank genre as a whole, and arguably the most popular type of content on the platform at one point, would start to decline, and it would be down to the likes of Nelk and others to revive the scene moving forward. But what happens when keeping it real goes completely left, and what happens to up-and-coming pranksters in 2021, that would be last year from when I'm recording this video, that try to stick to that format? Well, this happens.
I was in my room, right? So I was eating, and I dropped my burger. So much shots.
On the 5th of February 2021, 20-year-old Timothy Wilks and a friend were filming a robbery prank video for YouTube in Nashville, Tennessee. Robbery pranks aren't nothing new to the platform, but in a state where carrying firearms is legal and killing someone on the grounds of self-defense is also legal, I'd say this wasn't the best place to be pulling this type of prank. At around 9 PM, Timothy had approached a group of people who were leaving Urban Air Trampoline and Adventure Park. He had walked up to them wielding a butcher's knife in the car park, and the group, not knowing they were being filmed for a prank, assumed this had been a real-life situation. Unsurprisingly then, 23-year-old David Starnes Jr. pulled out his firearm to protect himself and shot Timothy dead. He later told police that this was a case of self-defense on his part, to which, seeing as nearly 1 year has gone by now and still no charges have been filed, I'd say the police agree with that. The death of Timothy Wilks made international headlines, but to make it clear, Timothy wasn't a bad person. He just made a bad choice, one that held a real-life consequence. A lot of misinformation came out surrounding this case when I was researching it. For some reason, some news outlets online had posted a picture of this person here who also went by the same name. In fact, his mother had to come out and even address the public saying, "Listen, this is an old picture of my son. He doesn't even have Facebook anymore. He doesn't do social media. This picture was when he was 15 years old. Please don't believe this mess. He's alive and great. He hates drama, and so does my family. Please stop circulating this. I don't know if this happened to another Timothy Wilks, but they are using my son's picture, and he is alive and doing fine. A family member could see this and believe it. It's not my son. Thanks." Again, we don't know how or why this picture of Timothy Wilks had been used. Of course, there is the name, but I think as media outlets, they need to do their due diligence when running with stories. I know everyone wants to post first to get a story out there and break it, but we still have to remember to get the information right when we're posting stories online. Even until now, nearly 1 year later, some articles still have this old picture. Now, I can't find Timothy's YouTube channel anywhere online. I've searched all over the internet, Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, and I've had a look. Now, this could be simply down to Timothy not actually making a channel yet, and maybe he was recording a bunch of videos ready to post online, or simply the channel was taken down by a family member before anybody could get onto the story.
I don't even see him as a man. I always seen him as my baby.
Soft-spoken and shy, just a few of the ways that Shirley Berry describes her grandson, Timothy Wilks.
You never really seen him smile too much. He was always serious.
An employee of the Hermitage Walmart for about 4 years, Wilks was going to school pursuing a career in HVAC.
I don't want them to see him as a thug. I don't want them to have any misconception about my grandson. As far as this YouTube stuff, this is something new to me that he was actually into. It's still pretty much a mystery to me. Please let this be a note to really check on what your children are doing. It needs to be an awareness now that this is very dangerous.
Reporting in Nashville, Josh Breslow, News 2.